Hey traders, John Howell here. Hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I'm going to answer a question I got from my YouTube video. If you guys have any questions, leave them below, and I'll try and get to them as much as as quick as I can. So before I start this video, guys, do not place a trade based on this video. The market is risky. It can cause substantial financial loss, a lot of risk. Just take care of yourself, right? Just be smart about what you're doing. Don't be buying anything that I say or anyone says is a good idea, right? It's not right for you. Only take a trade based on what's right for you. So anyway, guys, links in the description if you want to get access to all my top trading strategies and also get some coaching from me as well too. Let's get straight into this video. Now, there was this question right here that I got, and the question was, hello John, you are a great man. Well, I truly do appreciate that. I followed you since the beginning of 2017. My strategy is very simple. I'm looking for most undervalued assets with the big potential to grow. For long term, I've used stocks and short term options. All right, so the first thing I want to say there is that you're looking for most undervalued assets with a big. I'm looking for most undervalued assets with a big potential to grow, and I want to caution you on that. I'm like, why is that your strategy for big potential to grow? And I want to caution you on looking at undervalued assets. So that tells me that mainly you're a fundamental guy. If that's the case, and the reason why I want to bring this up, there's actually a part question here. I'll split these up into different videos, but the first thing I want to talk about here is trading undervalued assets with big potential to grow. The reason why that's okay, but I strongly recommend, if you're not, tying it in with some charting analysis to keep yourself safe, because fundamentals are okay, but they're not great by themselves. And so if you are using charts, great. If you're not, well, I want to teach you something anyway, and hopefully this is going to ring home and ring a bell to you. I'm going to tell you guys a story about what actually happened a while ago. So let me actually bring up here. So this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average chart, okay, what we're looking at right now. And if I just, there we go, my software here. So if I go back, and I want to go back to 2008 here, okay. So Natel, I think that's how you pronounce your name. So I want to talk to you guys about a story here for a minute here. Trading undervalued assets with big potential to grow. If you're doing that without any charting analysis and mixed in with that, that's going to tell you, okay, now we're in an uptrend, now we're in a downtrend, now buyers in control, now sellers in control. It's really, really, really important to do some simple analysis if you're looking for big potential to grow. Now, I'm not talking about getting in, getting out, but I want to tell you guys about a story here, okay? And I hope this rings home for you guys that are just looking at fundamentals mainly for big potential to grow. Now, before I just start this video, guys, I want to say, I'm not saying that fundamentals are bad, but what I'm saying is it's important to tie fundamentals into simple basic charting analysis to understand that when both of those come together, now you actually have a powerful system. Makes sense? But if you're just trading undervalued assets only, and we do go through a crash, then you can get wiped out big time. Makes sense? So let me explain what I'm talking about here. This is back here in 2008, and I remember here. It was me, and I wasn't doing that well. This is 2008. I wasn't really doing that well. I might have had. I didn't really have. I think I had maybe a 50 or 100,000 odd trading account. Now I know that's still a lot of money, but I wasn't doing nowhere near well, in compared to, say, my mentors, right, who are making millions and millions of dollars. So here was me, right? M for me. Me here, I was just and what I was simply just a chart trader. I was simply just trading what the charts were telling me. And then I had, this is here me, and then I had my mentor, or also / my friend here, right? And he was purely a fundamental trader only. He didn't know how to read the charts. He didn't believe in the charts. He just said, oh, I'm just going to purely a fundamental trader. Now, when we're in a big bull market, like we were from 2000 and basically 2003, but it was really 2005 to 2007 that we had a big bull. We had the big bull run. All right. So if I go back and have a look at, if I bring up, say, a monthly chart, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about here, right? You can see here that when you're trading here, you can see that basically 2000. It was 2006. So 2005, 2006 to 2007, we had a big bull run, and then the market came up quite hard. Okay. Now, the reason why I want to tell you guys that, the reason why I want to talk about that, is because when we're looking at these charting analysis, when we're looking at this chart, here's what actually happened. I was a short-term trader and I was a chart trader. So I was just reading what the market was telling me. My mate was a fundamental trader. And then I remember when the market started coming off through here. So as the market was starting to come off through here, my analysis said, okay, look, we made a low, high, lower low, high. And especially when we started to break down through here, my analysis was saying that we're in our overall long-term bearish downtrend in the overall market, and there's no way I'm going to be buying this. So I was actually buying put options at this time. I was buying put options and just going with the trend, right? Going with what the market was telling me, because there's so much power in the charts. But what my mentor / friend was doing, he was a really big fundamental trader. Now, and what he did, right, he actually made so much money from 2006 2007. He made a lot of money. Why? Because the market was going up. So anything that was undervalued, when you're in a big bull market like that, you know, everything's going to go up, right? It doesn't matter what you pick. But there comes a time when you're doing that, right? Like when you're doing that, like riding naked options, you might do well 5 or 6 or 7 times, but then there's 1 or 2 times going to whack you really hard. And so I was actually buying put options here, and then my mate was actually doing bullish option strategies. And I'm in an arm because I don't want to get too technical on you, but basically doing bullish option strategies, basically doing bullish spreads. For you guys that know options. And so as this market was coming down, I remember it very, very, very clear. He was like, but John, all these things are so undervalued. These are just things that are so undervalued. You know, it's just like, wow. And he loaded up on like 6 or 7 or 8 bullish strategies on all these different stocks. And the market kept coming off and kept coming off and kept coming off. And I was buying put options, and I kept saying, I said, mate, don't be bullish right now. Like, the market's rolling down. And I didn't feel like I could say anything, because like he made millions of dollars to the markets, and I didn't make maybe 100 grand or something at the time. It was like nothing, right? Compared to him. So I thought he knew more than me. And as this market started to come off, through here and more down through here, I kept buying put options, and I said, you know what, I'm buying all these put options here and I'm doing really well. I said to him, don't fight the trend. And he's like, no, these things always bounce back, John. They always bounce back. Don't worry, you know. And so he's doing these bullish strategies for 30 or 60 days in the options. And then as this market started to come down, he's like, John, this is so undervalued. This thing's going to bounce back really, really quickly. What goes down really quickly, it's generally going to bounce back up. And I'm like, there's nothing, you know, bullish about this market. And suddenly, bam, we got the market selling off big time here. We got big volatility. And then suddenly what happened is, as the market started going sideways, he started doing more bullish strategies all through here. He said, you know what, we've now found a bottom, and you know the market stabilized. We're now going to start to rally back up. And he did more bullish strategies on that, and all I saw was lower high, lower high, lower high, which is really, really, really simple. And so therefore, when the market started breaking down, I started buying more put options here because the market was breaking down, and he could buy more put options here. And I'm not joking, guys. It was around the middle of 2000. It was around here sometime. Through here, I remember him just getting blown out of the water. He's like, boom, right, just blown out of the water. And as this market started rallying back up, he wasn't in the market. And the last time I actually heard from him was the middle of 2009. And ever since then, I have not heard from him at all. He's disappeared. I haven't heard from him since, like, I don't know. Like, I've actually been trying to contact him on Facebook, and he's just, I'm not sure whether he's ashamed or not, but he's just not around. So if you are trading undervalued assets and, you know, and looking for big potential to grow, it's also important to look for that, but look at the chart as well too. Right, because if you're looking for a big trend, you don't want to be trying to pick the bottoms in the markets, right? Because the bottom is a very, very difficult place to pick. What you want to do is look at this here, right? So you have high, lower high, lower high, lower high. We have a low. What is this here? This here is a lower high, but what is this? This is a higher low. And see this point right here? Look at this point right here. See how this is the very first time it actually broke past the high, where every other time was making lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. First time breaking past a high, making a higher low. Who's in control now? Ding, 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 ding. Buyers, right? So if you are an undervalued buyer, then I would say mix it in with good charting, simple charting analysis like this, and it's going to help you find much better areas. So I hope this helps you out there.